Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Georgia and I make fitness, mindset and lifestyle content. Thank you so much for being here. Today's video is all about 2026 New Year goal setting and vision board making. This is where I absolutely thrive. It's my favourite time of the year. So we're just going to go through how I set my goals up for the new year and why, how I make my vision board and how I basically shifted from never reaching my goals, always feeling like kind of a stressful and disappointing time of year, going from that to reaching all of my goals, having a proper process that I look forward to and that actually sets me up for the new year with a strategy and a plan. So if you ever feel like disappointed with your year or like you're not making enough progress or you struggle to stick to goals once you set them, then keep watching because this video is going to have all of the information you need to set yourself up for 2026 to be the best year yet. So to give you some background on why you should listen to me talking to you about this, I am basically an online coach in nutrition, fitness, lifestyle, mindset. I studied psychology at university and I have just basically self-educated a ton as well with like podcasts and books on self-development, self-growth, mindset, etc. and just basically built this process, and for the last 3 or 4 years I've like stuck to it and actually achieved more than I've ever done before, which has been so like exciting and unbelievable, to be honest. So here is my 2025 vision board. Can you see? So this is kind of like an overview of what goals I set in 2025, and I have achieved 90% of them, we'll say. And I think sometimes the ones I haven't achieved might be because my goals have shifted or they're more long term and I need to, like, I'm continuing to achieve them still now kind of thing. I have this ultimate goal setting method, which I just printed out on paper, but oh my god, I just got in the post. I'm hosting a New Year goal setting and vision board making event in Suffolk, UK. If you're local, please come. And I got all the booklets printed, so they're like actual staple professional booklets, so I haven't managed to fill one of these in myself. I've just got the rubbish printed version, but I have made booklets and they look so good. I'm so excited. So this is how much I'm obsessed with this method and I rely on it, and people are gonna come and fill this out and learn all about it with me and I can't wait. So on my lovely printed version, I basically have just reflected on the past year that I have had. So like, what have I achieved? What have I found more difficult or struggled with? Anything that you wish you did more of last year? I think these kind of reflective questions are really, really useful for just understanding what you kind of want to be doing in this following year. If you're not really sure on your goals, thinking about what you did a lot of that was good and what you kind of wish you did more of is a really good way of kind of setting you in a direction ready for the next year coming. Also, did you set any goals that you didn't achieve and why? What are you avoiding? I think that's really important as well. Like, are you procrastinating? Are you avoiding something that does need to be done? And what do you want to learn more about in the next year? Because again, that can give you an idea of what kind of goals you want to be achieving in the following year as well. Then I've got kind of what's not been serving me well, things I'm like struggling with, things like scrolling on my phone too much, comparison, rushed mornings is another one that I wanted to change. And then on the next page there's like how I'm going to change that or what I can shift, different areas of my life that I focus on, and then putting those different areas into my specific goals for 2026. And then you've got a whole 2 slides for actually making an action plan, because I think what lots of people do is think about, I want to do this next year, I want to go to here, I want to lose this weight, I want to be happier. Like, things are too vague and they don't actually put into place how they're going to do it. They want to save £10,000, I don't know, but if you don't actually break it down into how you're going to achieve that goal, it's almost just a wish. So if you actually want to make it into reality, it's putting in place a plan or figuring out, okay, if I want to save £10,000, I need to save X amount each month for the whole of the year. So then you can actually break it down and see how it's actually achievable, if it's actually doable for you, and you can adjust goals like that. So I've kind of started breaking my goals down into what I need to do in each of the months to actually get there, which is a hugely important step, which I think is almost the biggest thing that people miss normally in everyday goal setting. Then there's a space which I haven't yet done to do like a visualization of future you and figure out where you want to be in 3-5 years to go a bit further down the line so you have more like direction. Then basically breaking those goals down into habits and preparing for things that might go wrong and putting a plan in place for when inevitably something does go wrong, because it will always happen, so that you don't crumble and think you've got to start again and everything sort of goes out the window. Instead, you've got a little plan, you know what you can do, and you know how to get back on track again once that period's passed, basically. Knowing how to do like a weekly reset, weekly checklist, things that you can do on a weekly basis that are going to help you, and also reflect on the past week so that you can grow in the new week. And then general bits of like finding inspiration, finding things that inspire you, whether that's quotes, people, working to build that motivation when you need it. So I basically worked through this whole thing. I will put the link in the description if you want to download this workbook. You can download it online, and also put the link for my event if you want to come and join me there and do it with me, because that'll be so much fun. But yeah, so that's basically how I've set my goals for this year. Next step is that vision board, which is my favourite bit. I basically get a blank piece of paper, A3, is that? Yeah. And I have printed all of my New Year pictures out. We've got a lot. Just on free prints, they're super great, so I can cut and stick and place, and you can kind of watch the process of how I build my vision board. Obviously, I found most of these on Pinterest, because if you don't know, get to know, Pinterest is the best for finding pictures like this. And you want them to be all based around your goals. So if you don't yet know what your goals are, you want to kind of think about different areas of your life that are big parts, whether that be your relationships, your career, your finances, travel, whatever that be for you, health, mental health, fitness, etc. And then thinking about different things that you might want to achieve within all of those categories. If you haven't kind of figured out what you want to achieve and why yet, I would really recommend sitting down with a workbook, a journal, some paper, some nice calming music, and just think about what it is that you want to achieve before you go ahead and make your vision board, and just be sure on why you want it, how you're going to achieve it, if it's doable for you, and so you've really got that clear picture of what you want your 2026 to look like before doing this part. And then it's time to get creative. Let me show you close up. We've got like a fitness area, work area, self-love, bit of travel, quotes all around. I'm obsessed. I feel like we've got new vibes for this year. It's a new aesthetic. It really captures what I want it to. I'm gonna pop it back into my frame so I can put it up. So yeah, I would just 100% recommend sticking some chill music on. Get cutting, get sticking, try to encompass the vibes of what you want it to for 2026, and have fun, because this is the most fun bit of goal setting. And then put it up somewhere that you see regularly, that you look regularly, and then it's time to start putting that work in, heading to your action plan, and seeing what you can start implementing month after month. Make sure you go back and look at it regularly, make sure you check in with your goals. It's okay, like, you're not expected to make progress continuously. make sure you're kind of reflecting and seeing, okay, this month didn't go quite as planned. That's totally fine. Why was that? And what can I do about it? So you're always looking forward, but making sure to appreciate the wins that you get along the way, because that's what's going to help to motivate you to keep going and to feel like those big life goals are achievable and doable. Yeah, and I would just make sure that you have everything that you need ready to go. So if you have any sort of questions or queries that come up, I would just try and address them so that you don't use it as an excuse as to not start, because that's the worst thing. You don't want to have one little reason that's stopping you. Address that reason, get it started, even if it takes you a few weeks. But yes, have so much fun with this. Happy goal setting. And as always, if you've got any questions, feel free to let me know. Check out the links in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.